let's explore the fascinating topic of what God provided for humans to eat in the beginning according to the Bible. In the Garden of Eden, the fruit-only diet. In the early days of creation, when Adam and Eve walked in the Garden of Eden, God commanded them regarding their diet. Genesis 2-16 states, "The Lord God commanded the man, saying, 'You may freely eat of every tree of the garden.'" Essentially, they were allowed to eat freely from the trees that grew in the garden. Their diet primarily consisted of raw fruit and nuts. The Hebrew word for tree is ETS, which literally means tree. There was no hidden meaning. It referred to actual trees. Thus, God's original plan for humanity was a fruitarian diet. After the fall, fruit plus herbs. However, after Adam and Eve sinned, their curse was to become farmers. Their diet changed and they were instructed to eat herbs as well. Genesis 3:18 says, "It will yield thorns and thistles to you, and you will eat the herb of the field." The Hebrew word for herb is eseb, which refers to grass or any tender shoot, think leafy greens. So in addition to fruit, they began to consume raw leafy greens. Even with this change, they were still considered fruitarians because leafy greens provided essential minerals and phytonutrients not found in fruit alone. The Omnivore Era after the flood. The transition to an omnivorous diet occurred much later, specifically after the flood. Genesis 9:3 records God's words to Noah and his family. "Every moving thing that lives will be food for you. As I gave you the green herb, I have given everything to you." This verse authorized people to hunt animals, kill them, and consume their flesh. However, it's essential to note that being a fruitarian was still permitted. The Bible never speaks poorly of this diet. The Omnivore Era also opened the door for eating bread, which was part of the curse. Genesis 3:19. Bread wasn't a privilege, but a consequence of sin. In summary, God's original provision for humans was a fruit-only diet in the Garden of Eden. After the fall, leafy greens were added, and eventually, after the flood, humans became omnivores. The timeline from creation to the flood spanned a considerable period, emphasizing the longevity of these dietary changes.